Everyone talks about consistency. Everyone talks about motivation, habits, discipline, but nobody talks about the hardest part, and that is taking the very first step. Because first step is where we break, first step is where we start to give excuses. First step is where we feel lazy, we feel confused, overwhelmed, we start to procrastinate. And to be honest with you, first step was the hardest part for me as well. If you have followed my last video well, you will realize that it took me 7 to 8 months to really take that first action towards the morning walk. After that whole entire process, I realized that the problem isn't taking actions, or the problem isn't the goal itself. The problem is something else. And that is exactly what I will share in this video. So, hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Anusha Kadekar. You can call me a friend, a coach, or maybe someone who can understand you better. And if I have to share about my another experience, I really wanted to read this book written by Dr. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. So I came across this book in one of the YouTube videos, and I really wanted to read this book, and I was way too excited. And with the excitement, I just went online, ordered it on Amazon, and the book even got delivered. I said to myself that it's afternoon, I need to take a afternoon nap, let me read it at night. And when I wanted to read it at night, I said myself that the book is really thick, and I think if I start reading now, I'll be not able to continue reading with it. Then in the weekend, I again came up with the excuse that I said was, I just get one day to rest and relax, and I don't want to read this thick book, and read let me read it in any other day. So these way I kept giving excuses about the book, about the thickness of the book, and all the other excuses that would come in my mind at that particular time, just to postpone reading that book. And then one day, I just said to myself, no matter what, I will read this book. So I sat with the book, I kept the book on my lap, and on the other hand, I had a mobile in my hand. So I started to scroll through the phone. 1 hour went by, and I was still in my mobile. And that's when realized that, oh, I haven't read the book, that's still in the lap, and I have to take care of other things. So I said to myself that I'll read this book in the night. When I again pick up this book, I again started to come up with the excuses. And that's when I said, this will not help me. I kept my mobile aside and asked myself why I really wanted to read this book. What made me to go and order this book, and which I was so excited to read about. And this one question changed everything for me. I got answer to my question that I wanted to read this book because I wanted to know more about energies. And more important than that, I wanted to improve myself. I wanted to know myself better. And this book, because I'm into this healing journey, this book was really helping me with that. And when I got that clarity around why I really wanted to read this book, it became easier for me to start with the book. But still, when I opened the first page, I again went like saying, oh, the book is really thick. Will I be able to complete this book? And that's when I said to myself, the reason why I wanted to read this book was because I wanted to know myself better. I wanted to improve myself. And that one positive reason was more than enough for me to start with the book. Then I said to myself that, Anusha, you don't have to read the entire book now. You will just start with one page. Half hour went by, and I had completed reading two chapters. And that's when I realized that the problem wasn't taking the first step. The problem was I didn't knew what was the reason for me to start with that book. Because when we decide on taking any actions, and then until we take action, there is a lot of gap, and in between that gap there are a lot many other things that happens in our life. And somewhere this decision that we took about taking the action just goes away, it doesn't becomes a priority, and we go away from the intention of why we really wanted to do that. So when you ask this question that why I really wanted to take the first action, or why I really wanted to start with this action, it becomes easier for you to stick with it. Then focusing on the positive is just like, you're building, now you're building a part to take that first step. So when you're focusing on positive things, if it's a habit or if it's a hobby of yours you wanted to take action, it will give you so much of happiness, right, when you are really doing it. So that one idea of being happy will be more than enough to take action. But if you still feel that that's a lot of time I have to invest in it, just convince yourself for 5 minutes. If you're reading book, just one page. If you are going for a walk, then just convince yourself that I'll just go in and around the my home, and it will just take 5 to 10 minutes. So when you're saying these things, it becomes easier for you, like, to really take that action, because now your intention becomes more and more clearer, and it becomes easy for you to take action. Still, if you're someone like me, even after intention becomes clearer, but if you're just laying down on a couch, or if you're like me getting easily distracted with the phone, then you can try this beautiful strategy that really works wonder for me. Is, you will reverse count from 5 to 1. You will say, by the time I say 1, I'll just get up and take action. So you'll just count like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you will take action. When we say this, all the other things that's in our mind get into a pause mode. Like, we pause all the other stuffs in that's running in our mind, and we just focus on one particular thing. So when we say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it gives us some boost of energy, so we can take an action instantly. So you can try this as well. So first one is, sit with the question why you really wanted to take action. Second is, focus on the positive things. We are easily prone to get attracted to a negative things. Let's try to find positive in even in that negative things. The third is, just tell yourself that you will just invest 5 minutes, or you will just start with a very tiny action. Only because once you start take action, you will be in the flow, and I'll guarantee you, because you have a clarity of intention now why you really want to do it. And the last one is, reverse count from 5 to 1. So these are the things that can really help you, that has really helped me to take actions. Because after that morning walk, after this book, I have used this even in my content, because every day I have to sit here and make a content. I just ask myself this question, that why I want to do it. Then I focus on the positives, the same cycle I repeat. So I do these things whenever I have to take first step, and it's way too easy for me now. I no longer procrastinate on the first step. I no longer start to give excuses. Even if I give excuses, I focus on the positives. It becomes easier then. So please try these 4 things and let me know in the comment section if that really helped you. Waiting to hear from you. So until now, this was Anusha Karnikar. Thank you so much for watching my video. Keep loving yourself, be grateful, and be happy. Thank you.